And we'll get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 10K Project. This is August 30th, 2022. And I am Cherie, one of the co-founders of the 10K Project. We're glad to have everybody here to celebrate another Black entrepreneur. Tonight's entrepreneur is not new to crowdfunding. She's actually done quite a bit of it quite successfully. Her name is Dawn Dixon. She has a company called Popcom. Full disclosure, I am an investor. I invested in a previous round. Yes. Tawana is also an investor. So there may be others of you who are investors as well, but she is back. Her company is doing something, great in the tech space. And we are here to hear what she's been doing, see her next round of funding, and see where things are headed for her and her company. So I do want to just show you her page here. It is on Start Engine, and Talisha will be putting this in the chat multiple times this evening, but this is Popcom. It is on Start Engine. This is another round of funding that Dawn is doing. You are able to see her information here with regards to the amount of money raised thus far, her valuation, her price per share. The minimum investment is $100.76, and it is for common shares being offered. You are able to read all of the information here. And of course, Dawn, I'm sure, is going to go through a lot more than even potentially what's on here, but you're able to review team, the terms, etc. She also has rewards over on the right-hand side for $100 investment, $500, $1,000, and $10,000. And then I wanted to make sure to show everybody towards the bottom. She has all sorts of information on here. She talks about her team, things like that. And then towards the bottom is more information about the offering summary, and the offering details in Form C are down towards the bottom of the page. Also, don't forget, if you have questions, you can ask them in the Q&A tonight. But let's say you go through, all the information and you still have questions after tonight is over. Please use the Start Engine page in order to ask your questions. That is by law. And it is also the most efficient way for Dawn and her team to answer your questions as well. So with that, Talisha, did I forget anything before we
No,
get
ma'am.
started? Okay, perfect. So Dawn, I'm going to toss it over to you.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to present to you all this evening, and just super grateful that the 10K Project exists. So shout out to you all for being a part of this. And now I'm also a member and look forward to engaging with you all in that way. As Cherie mentioned, I'm Dawn Dixon, founder and CEO of Popcom. And for this particular round, we're raising $500,000. We've already raised close to 7 million, actually a little over 7 million. Our first round was from venture. And then we raised, this is our now 4th crowdfunding campaign. And this $500,000 is a bridge round. And it's actually a small down round. Our last round closed at 25.6, and this round is at 26 million. So even though it's a higher valuation, because we had to dilute our current investors, you're actually getting a lower price per share than our round from last year. So we're doing a small bridge round, and it's focusing specifically on our Pop Shop local initiative. So that's what I'm going to share with you right now. And then, of course, if you want to know more about the bigger vision, I can definitely talk more about that towards the end. So Pop Shop Local is solving the problem of that brick and mortar retail just doesn't work for businesses, not even the larger enterprises. So we've seen a lot of the larger stores closing, and it's really because of the model of malls and shopping has changed. It doesn't mean that in-person shopping is going anywhere. It's actually the total opposite. E-commerce only accounts for still 12.4% of all total retail sales, and still 40 to 80% of purchases are impulse buying. So people are buying things in person, just not in the traditional format that we were used to. So we still have that 80% that makes up the impulse of sales for the brands, And it actually increases the chance of them making an impulse purchase if you can actually buy it in person as opposed to online. I want to bring to your attention, I don't know if you all remember the time, I certainly do because my background's in tech, and my first tech company was a e-commerce and a website, and we had to build it all by hand. There was no way to just spin up a website and start selling products until 2006, when Shopify changed the game and made it easy for anyone who had a product they wanted to sell online to go on there and launch a website very, very easily. And that is what we're doing now with Pop Shop Local. Similar to Shopify, we allow any small, medium-sized brand to get that in-person shopping experience, spin up their own retail storefront using our Pop Shop machines. And these are what the Pop Shop machines look like. There are patented machines. I actually invented them a long time ago. It took a long time to get to market, but these machines are very unique because they're not your typical vending machine. I'll go into that a little bit later, but Pop Shop Local is really a tech alternative to brick and mortar stores. It's a way to go to market first in brick and mortar. If you don't want to jump out there as a retailer and get into a store of your own, a storefront, or if you want to control your messaging better and don't want to go the wholesale route exclusively. We put these digital pop-up shops in high traffic locations like airports, post offices, hotels, convention center, conference facilities, universities, anywhere where there are people very active. We started out when we first launched this, we placed them in malls, and malls wasn't the most ideal place because there's way too many shopping options in malls. So we found that the hotels and the airports just do much better. The machine is split between 2 and 4 brands. So this box here, the product's right here. And 2 to 4 brands share this, and then they rotate every 3 to 4 months, depending on the season if they want to stay there, but our contract is 4 months with each brand. So the target customers, mature brands, 500,000 to 5 million in annual sales. Local meaning statewide. We don't have enough machines yet to be in every single city in America, but yes, that will happen one day. That's the vision, but right now we're focusing on statewide. And ideally, they never open up a store of their own. They're selling well online, they're selling some in wholesale, but they really want that physical presence and that fast delivery. We are in 7 locations now. We were in 11, but as I mentioned, we were in some malls, and we realized very quickly that malls is not the best use case for these machines. So we removed them and we're now putting them in new locations. But currently today, you can see them in 7 locations. And so we're currently focusing on now California, Ohio, where we're based, North Carolina, New York, and then we have one launching in Atlanta soon, and we have one launching in Hawaii soon. But these are all featuring local retailers from those cities, and you can tell what city it's in because the mats are customized for every city. So what's next for us? We have those machines out. We built a total of 21 of those pop shops. Right now we have 7 out, as you see, and then we've sold 4. So we sold 4 to enterprises, so they won't be Pop Shop Local machines. But when we were out here really promoting this program, we launched it in 2021 as a response to COVID and retailers needing to really get out there again. We had a ton of food and beverage entrepreneurs reaching out to us saying, hey, we want to sell our products too. Do you offer refrigeration? And so we developed this product in December while everybody was on holiday break. We were building a new product, and it's called the Pop Box. And it's similar to the Pop Shop. It's our same technology, same functionality, same 2 cameras here. And I'll explain that in a moment, but we have the 2 cameras, the advertising screens, the analytics screens, but this one is refrigerated. It has a larger capacity, and it's actually a lot more affordable for us and them. Even though we don't see ourselves as having a competitor because we're focused on the retail data analytics space, and then with the Pop Shop Local, there's no one else doing this model, but we do want to show like there is market validation for vending at scale. And we see Farmers Fridge is a great example of that. They started around the same time we did, but they don't see themselves as a vending machine company. They see themselves as a fast food restaurant, happen to be a vending machine. They make their salads, they distribute them in vending machines and airports, and they raised $115 million and they're now across 400 locations. So this slide was not updated because they raised another round, and now they're at 115 and really scaling as an alternative to, fresh fast food. And so we see ourselves now as an alternative to a pop-up shop, or alternative to, the kiosk you see in the mall during the holiday when you only see holiday products there, or alternative to these stores in the hotels. Hotels give us free space, and all of the locations give us free space for Pop Shop Local because they believe it's a value add for their guests, and they don't have as many resources and as many stores and things because of COVID. So they really welcomed Pop Shop Local. And that is the one caveat that makes it Pop Shop Local. We do not pay rent. Popcom does not pay rent in any of our locations. We don't pay rent in the airport. We do have the retailers pay a revenue share. And then we make our money from, let me scroll to that slide. This machine isn't part of Pop Shop Local. I just want to briefly mention we do have a technology solution for regulated retail. It age gates. You can purchase alcohol, cannabis, and all these products. It's been developed for some time now. We do have enterprise customers bringing it to market, but it's not how we're going to scale because it takes time for federal approval for this. And it's not what we're using the funds I'm raising right now for, but I do want you to see what we are building long-term and what we have on the horizon. The current Pop Shop Local business model, this is the base business model, 2 brands per machine. And that will be that's $500 a month per brand for the software. That's a flat fee software. So we are subscription based with our SaaS, and then a $500 a month lease to be in the hardware on that location that we source. We also have a partnership with Bingo Labs to deliver advertisements to our screens. And those, we got our first national ad campaign just today. So that was exciting for a national advertiser to now place an ad on our machines. And then we make a 60-40 profit share with Bingo Labs. So that's pretty cool. And now we are increasing this with our new program we just launched August 25th. We're going to now onboard more brands so we can have 4 brands per machine as our capacity, which would then double our opportunity to make up to $2,300 a month, and $4,300 a month off of each of the machines. So right now we're raising this $500,000 to deploy the rest of our pop shops. So we'll have a total of 20 of these pop shops out in the market. And this just shows you some examples of how we scale as far as MRR on the subscription side as we continue to scale. Because of the way the market is, we're just going to continue to just focus on sales this year and getting our MRR growth and getting all of our machines launched. We're not building any more machines. We also do not manufacture. So I want to make that clear. We do not manufacture. We partner with manufacturers. And so the Pop Box was a machine that we partnered with a local. We build everything in the United States. We partner with a local stateside manufacturer to build the Pop Shop and the Pop Box, and that was their machine. So this was our second time integrating our software into another person's machine. So our software is pretty hardware agnostic. As we grow long term, we have a very big vision for what we can do. But right now, currently, our go-to-market is Pop Shop Local. It's how we get the penetration and the adoption as we continue to build our relationships and grow our enterprise partnerships. So the summary, it makes it easy for any local business to have a store. We meet customers where they are. Very disruptive to brick and mortar. We call ourselves retail real estate, retail data analytics. And it's really a strategy, omni-channel strategy for everyone. This is what we're focused on primarily, is just continuing building the awareness, letting people know like this is a vending machine, and wanting, them to discover the difference. People are used to seeing that glass in front and you see the products. Now it's really bringing that e-commerce digital shopping experience along with robotics to the brick and mortar space. I apologize, and I'm going to stop this because this slide deck does not include the one about the software. So what I'll do, I'm going to pull it up, but then I'll check the chat and take some questions if I've seen any in the Q&A. And then I just want to definitely not neglect to talk about the software. So I'm just going to pull that up right now. That's actually what we are, the secret sauce. And I don't want to leave that out. That's what's allowed us to really raise the capital that we've raised so far is our software. I'm turning this screen share back on. Alrighty, sorry about this. So our software, we have 2 cameras on the machines. One is on the, this is in the way for me, sorry guys. Top of the machine, so there's a camera here. You can kind of see that light. That camera counts the traffic that walks by. It calculates the demographic data up to 92% accuracy if it's male or female. It also captures if a person looks at the screen, how long they're looking at the screen, whether or not they come up to the machine and touch the machine. And that's how we calculate conversion, similar to what Google Analytics does for websites. There's a camera here as well. This camera captures emotion. So sentiment, if you're happy, sad, frustrated, generally shoppers are neutral. They're just going through their transactions, but you definitely can see if any emotions are triggered, if that is your intention, or if there is a challenge, and then it can do heat mapping. I have a sample data set that I want to share, a real life data that I would like to share with you. So this is what the dashboard looks like. And as you can see, I love Shopify. So I kind of modeled the user experience after Shopify, the ease of use. It's definitely the hands down best software data dashboard in the industry. And I will stand behind that. And everybody knows it. It's just amazing. The industry just did not have this type of software prior. And that's why I felt so strongly about entering this industry and disrupting it in this way. You can see here, it calculates, this is how the dashboard looks for our customers, but I'm going to show you like real data that we have in the back end, but you can see male versus female, adults, seniors, young adults, and then it counts how much money that you're making and in your locations, and then also the gender, male versus female, how long they're watching the screens, and their attention time and their emotions. So we can see here neutral, 67.4% of the shoppers are generally just neutral. For some reason, 13% of them were sad. I don't know why they were sad. The last thing I'm gonna share is our raw data spreadsheet that our team uses internally that we just share with generally our VC investors when they say, what kind of data are you collecting? We will share this, and it's very exciting to me. We see ourselves as being a big data company. We're a retail data analytics company. We capture our data at the point of sale from retail machines. That is our business, what we do. The Pop Shop Local is a great way to get to market, empower local small businesses, get into high traffic venues to collect the data that will be very valuable to overall retailers. So what we collect is obviously the venue type. So we want to learn if the venue type makes a difference. The location in the venue, we want to learn if that makes a difference. I'm going to highlight, this is what I spoke of. The top camera counts the traffic. So this machine that was in Dallas, in the mall in Dallas, from the period it was there, 226,300 people walked by. Of that, 126,361 people actually turned their face and looked at the machine where their eyeballs, the camera captured their eyeballs. That's 57.8%. Then of that, 2,458 people walked up to the machine and touched it. So that's a 1.9% engagement from those who actually make eye contact, then turn around and then walk up and touch it. Then another layer of that is, okay, those who walk up and touch it, how many actually complete a purchase? 3.1% for 75 total transactions, $1,800 in sales, 57 new email leads captured that you can take these emails, remarket, retarget, put them into your funnel, make like audience campaigns on Facebook, do all kinds of things that are done in the e-commerce environment. This is some also important information when it comes to the product mix. We know 50% of the people walk by, 49% of the people male, female, pretty equal. We see here that men's attention spans a little bit longer than women on this one. I like this one's my favorite one to demo because I saw this, that men were staring for that women were staring for 265 seconds. That's a long time. They're really watching this. So we went to figure out, what is it that they're watching? Why are they looking at these ads so long? And it was a really nice ad on the machine that one of the brands put on there that was obviously doing its job, and getting people to watch it. Even men watched it for a while, so they were getting a lot of engagement. And this is what this is for, right? So we can see what's working, what's not working, what products are not in alignment. So for an example, in this venue in particular, the Hilton, as you see, 37% female, 62% male. Likely we'll want to have more products that are aligning with the demographic that's actually in the venue. And then in another layer here, how long they spend, their attention span, and then the breakdown of just the age category, mainly adults, as we see young adults, which we kind of blend those in because sometimes, sometimes I'm a young adult, sometimes I'm an adult, depending on how my hair is, but we still do know the general demographic. And then the category of the product. So segmenting all these data to figure out the optimal place to put products, how, optimal ads to deliver. And we really just see ourselves just putting out some, data reports and being the source of retail data analytics as we grow. So that concludes my presentation. And thank you. And any questions that you have, I'll check the chat.
Mhm.
And thank you,
Well,
Jackie. I
there's,
believe it's awesome too. I've worked very hard on this since 2017, and we just got to market in December. I meant to mention that we built software for many years. We experienced many challenges with our hardware. We finally built the hardware ready to go to market January 2020. Went out to launch, and good old COVID shut down every venue that we had. So we had to start all over again. Also, we were manufacturing in China, and we had to start all over again. So we rebuilt the entire business, the entire pipeline, and rebuild everything from 2020 until now. We still experience 130% year over year revenue growth despite all of those things. And now we're actually in the market. Our first machine got launched in December 2021. So we're learning a lot still.
congratulations.
That's what this
Yeah,
money is for.
congratulations, because
Thank you.
COVID like messed up so many people's plans, right? So congratulations to you for that.
Yes.
Dean is asking in the Q&A if you have any plans to go to college campuses.
We have Howard University, Stanford University, and University of Louisville in Kentucky. University of Louisville purchased 2 machines. They're actually going to launch soon. And then Howard University, they have one under Bison Ventures. And then Stanford University, they're using it to feature Black women's hair care products.
Fantastic. Michael is asking if you have a percentage breakdown on the product categories that sell well.
Not yet. And then, that's what the data collection is for. We don't know just yet. We have had we've only been in business 6 months, 7 months. We've had 2 cycles of customers, and one hasn't even finished their full cycle. So we're just still really learning. I think it's really based on the venue. So as I show in the data set, the venue that has, 63% men, there, we would imagine that men's products would sell better. So we're really learning like what sells better, how long people are watching. But in general, all our products are selling pretty much the same because we put them in places where we think they're needed. So in the New York machine, there's like a product called Ruby Love, which is like a period product for women. There's soaps, there's men's grooming products, and there's socks. And this is in a hotel lobby. So we've all been there before needing something like that. In the airports, we have eyebrows and eyebrow serum and eyelashes and shoes for when your feet hurt, which happen to be mine as well. And so we're learning, we want to be able to answer that question with full confidence. And we feel like it'll take us about another year and some more cycles of customers.
Okay. And that actually is fast to like really start, being able to analyze data like that.
Yeah.
So we have Stephen asking if an Atlanta location has been chosen yet.
Yes, it has contract signed and sealed and everything, but I'm not allowed to say. It's a pretty high profile customer. It's a celebrity, and it's a celebrity client that will be in Atlanta launching their own machine that they bought, and also a celebrity client that bought a machine in New York, but I can't say because they want to spill the beans themselves.
Okay, fantastic. Can you tell us like how much a machine costs? I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
for sure. So it costs us to manufacture currently. Well, see, we're no longer manufacturing, but in the past, those machines cost us about $17,000 to build. But really, with the all in, it was more like on 30,000, which is why we changed the model to lease so we could recover some of those costs. We sell them for 25,000.
Okay.
We sold the first ones for 20 because we didn't realize we should have sold them for 25, but now we know better. So moving forward, we sell them for 25, but we sold the 3 for 20. And then we sold one to a redo, which is like the Verizon of the Middle East, the machines in Qatar. We sold that one for 20,000. We also did about 100,000+ in custom software development for our enterprise clients as well. So we charge between 15 to 20,000.
Okay. And then when do you think you'll start making revenue on the data itself?
I think we have some time away from that, maybe a year, 2 years, maybe 2. Well, what we need to do is hire a data analyst, someone on our team, a data scientist, to put that data together and package it in a way that we know what they want. So we have some discovery to see like what data is out there is the most valuable for retailers that they would pay for. I've done a lot of research myself being in the industry for a while, and I've found a lot of reports that are around, vending sales or general retail, but I haven't seen anyone collecting data around the conversion and the traffic and the demographic as far as consumer behavior and traffic patterns. So if we can find the right partner to package it properly, we can do it. It's just kind of like we need direction in that area for sure.
Right, right. So you're thinking about potentially having like a partner company that has the data scientists, yeah,
Or we
versus
bring our
bringing
own
someone in.
depending on how,
Okay.
we did
Depending.
have a head of data on our team for a year.
Mhm.
And we recently had to unfortunately part ways with him because we're like, we have a head of data, but we only have 11 machines out. It's not enough data for him to even work with. So let's
Right,
just get
right.
a whole bunch of data and then let them tell us how we can segment it. So we can bring them
Okay.
in-house again, but it just depends on where we at. I want to make much smarter decisions now about hiring and who I hire
Yes.
and for the term. So our team is small, as you see, if you've been around,
Mhm.
you've been an investor for a while.
Mhm.
We had a builder team, and there was 11 of us, and we were building, and it was very difficult. But now we have a scale team, and it's a lot smaller because we need salespeople, we need customer success, and we need support. We don't need a whole bunch of engineers. We don't need a whole bunch of hardware people. We don't need all of these people. So I let them, they're gone now, and it's better for us because our burn has reduced from 120,000 to 40. And that for me feels very good. And I feel a
Fantastic.
lot better, just raising money and knowing that we can have a lot more runway. And then also when we get to our MRR goals of 45,000 a month, we literally will be paying our core expenses with customer revenue, which as a business person for 20 years, I'm in the business to make money, not
Mhm.
raising a ton of money. And that's why also I'm raising $500,000. I want to get to the path of profitability and really be clear about how we're going to scale this and then exit. I do have ambitions to exit within 2 to 3 years.
Fantastic. What are the exit plans?
Exit strategy is an acquisition or merger with another like-minded company like a Swift or a Shopify, or a Caterpillar or one of those type of businesses. And I have great relationships with these companies. They definitely don't see us as a competitor. And we're a real pioneer and innovator in our industry. The
Mhm.
retail analytics and the automated retail space is very, very small segmented industry. Same players dominated the space for as long as we know. And so Popcom has come in and be really disruptive and accepted. I've been well received by like the white male dominated industry. They respect me, and they really are giving us a lot of support. So the machines that we've worked with have been from organizations within the industry. So I'm looking forward to just doing our business within the industry with more manufacturers and more partners.
Great, great. So we have another question here. What do you think would be an ideal product or service for the units?
I don't think there's an ideal product for the machine, but I do think there's an
Mhm.
ideal product for the locations. So for example, if it's a hotel, definitely products that travelers may need on the go or anticipate someone may need on the go if they're spending the night away from home, their business traveling, if they're a mom with a kid, they even have condoms and other things, those are kind of things. If you're in an airport, what may you need in the airport on the go? So that's what we think about. And then every single pop shop local, we give the venue a list of brands and they choose what they think is best. So we never have the final say. That's also a part of Pop Shop Local. We feel that they know their demographic the best, or so they believe. And then we use our data to validate if that's accurate or not. So, I don't know yet, but our goal is eventually we'll be able to say, hey, the ideal product for malls near the food court is a
Mhm.
baby diaper. The
Mhm.
ideal product for a Hilton is I don't know, soaps. So the things like that. I seen the question about construction sites. I don't have educational knowledge about construction sites. Our machines are so expensive, and our goal is to collect data analytics. We are looking for a place with thousands of people walking through every day. That is what benefits us to do this. So I don't imagine a construction site being beneficial for the type of vending that we do. But for like a everyday food and beverage vending machine, yeah, that's a great thing to do. But we're really a retail data analytics company, and we are the foundation of what we do is a data that we can collect when we're in the market.
Right. So I had a question actually as you were talking, which is how can you tell what people are feeling? I guess it's some sort of AI
From our
that like,
face, from AI, if you want to look on the youtube.com/popcom tech, we have demos and it's me and I'm going like smiling and frowning in the
uh-huh.
AI is changing, frown, happy, neutral, sad, like it changes in real time. It's like pretty awesome. But they've been working on this for a really long time. What they haven't
Mhm.
got down yet is a nationality, ethnicity, and I'm not touching that. you know, that's just asking to just get
That
into.
is asking for problems, because the
I'm
last
not
time
even
I
touching
saw
that.
huge articles about that, they were calling Black people gorillas.
I
So
mean, I'm not touching that. It's
yeah.
not right. But male, female to 92% accuracy,
Mhm,
adult, senior, child.
mhm.
Is this a demographic? More than anything, bodies. Are people walking by this machine, and is it successful in its conversion? And if it's not converting, let's move it. And that's
Yeah, yeah. Somebody is asking about sports arenas or event venues. Are you going to put your
yeah, definitely. We have convention centers. We have a really big, two really big sports arenas we've been talking to for like a year. COVID definitely, we were very close to the Barclays and COVID shut us down. And that was really devastating. And then once something happens and years go by, you have to restart the relationship and new people
relationships?
are
Yeah.
there and they
Mhm.
have different feelings. And so we're back at it again, but it's definitely a great sporting arenas for sure. And they do see the vision for selling merch and also beer and alcohol in
You
arenas.
were talking about that. You were talking about cannabis and
We
beer,
have the
alcoholic
technology, yes.
beverages. Yeah.
And we had a customer, EJ Gallo Winery. They paid us over $100,000 to build a machine that sells wine and also age gates and delivers the wine. And they just are not going to bring it to market now. But now that means we have no longer under our exclusivity, and we've been out talking to other alcohol distribution companies about going to market with us. So I'm excited because I've been locked under 2-year exclusivity agreement for technology that hasn't got to be put out.
Right.
And so I'm ready to put that out there. And I saw Yana ask about malls. As I shared before, we launched in malls. We were in 6 malls.
Mhm.
Malls, it's just, I feel like it's overwhelming options, and it doesn't, it's not the most ideal place. We're still in the Beverly Center because Beverly Center is like a destination mall. And in LA, Beverly Center Mall is a destination. People like to go there. It's popular. It works. But we were in like Polaris Mall, didn't do so great. Concord Mills Mall, not enough. It was one of our better performing, but still not, it could have been better. The machine in Dallas, the mall, not so good because so many options. Places where shoppers have limited shopping and not so many things distracting them, it goes better. So we're really just focusing on those places, airports, hotels, our campuses, convention centers and arenas, and just those locations like that.
So over the next couple of years, we wave a magic wand and have like the company do, what you envision. What would that be? What would that look like?
Sold. Auction block. No, literally sold, because I know what
Mhm.
I'm building and
Mhm.
I know who wants it. I know who needs it. I built this to be sold, because the way I got into this business, quick background, I already had it flat out of heels. I built the vending machines for myself. I was selling my own shoes and vending machines. I was doing that for me. Then it went viral. I had over 350 people contact me asking to buy machines. And then I realized, oh, wow, this is a business. People want to sell stuff in vending machines. I tried to do business with Zoom Systems and Swift. They love the idea of working with me and these other small businesses, but their business model, they only work with large enterprises, and the minimum to work with them is $1.2 million. That
Wow.
prices everybody out. So I
Yeah.
said, I'm going to come build a business that will allow smaller businesses to work with them, and to also allow enterprises to do pilots. One thing about Swift, they do not do pilots. You cannot pilot with them. That's how we end up getting paid by Procter & Gamble. We did a $25,000 pilot with them for Gillette. What happened, we didn't get to deliver the machine because of our manufacturer in 2018. We're past those challenges now, but we were able to get that pilot specifically because Swift would not work with them. So the business that I built is really a pipeline to building up smaller businesses to then be larger enterprise businesses that can then be in these locations with the Swift machines, like airports, and do that with them. So I know that will be acquired. I feel very confident. Of course, there's no guarantees. I'm not on here making guarantees,
Right.
never. But I know who I am and I know what I'm working on. I've been doing this since 2012. I started this business October 1st, 2012. That's 10 years ago. I'm not going to quit. I'm seeing my vision through, and it's been working, but just not as fast as traditional venture wants you to scale. But I also haven't raised as much money as a 10-year founder doing this for 10 years. So I just know that we built a product that other companies want to buy. And disclosure, we have an M&A advisor right now. I have a 2-year plan.
Fantastic. Couple other questions. Someone is saying, congratulations on your outstanding work. Is the franchising model under consideration, or did you already cover the topic? An agreement where you could potentially still harvest the data?
Yeah, it's not called a franchise model because franchise has a lot of laws involved with being a franchise, but we just sell the machine to them. And then they license our software and then we still get the data. So we've sold 4 of those. And that's great too, because we don't have any liability for the machine and then we get our money back as a startup. The other side of that though is it's the long term. Even though over in the beginning, short term, it's great to sell a machine because we're like, okay, good, cash flow, 20,000 in. But for the long term, we're making $500 a month per brand for a lease, as up to $2,000 a month per machine. We kind of want to hold these things. They're built to last. We could hold these machines for 10 years and making $2,000 a month off of them. No other vending machine makes that in passive. I know the vending business. Vending machines don't make that kind of money. They don't. You need hundreds of them to really make real money in coin vending. So just to have a machine that you can make money from leasing space in it. I'm trying to figure out, is this the best business model? So we've been doing both, but it's compelling, but then on the balance sheet, we don't want to be so heavy. So partner with the manufacturer who pays for the manufacturing side of it. We do the software integration and we make the software SaaS. That is really like the sweet spot. But I think we're like 2 years from that. And that's the inflection point where like the potential acquirer, they see that. They see that.
Great. Stephen is asking if you look at the population of the state when you're deciding where to, I guess, put your machines.
Not particularly, but we do look at like tourist destinations and very busy places, because there are some places that, maybe a lower population state, but get a lot of activity. But right now we're in those bigger states, in the New Yorks, the California, the Florida, Georgia, Ohio. We're here because I'm from here. We really wanted to go to market in our city, but there's better places that are definitely suited for it.
Yeah, and I mean, I would imagine that there will come a point where I'm not saying this name, I'm just saying Hilton overall, just, I'm
because
not
we're in
saying
there.
that she has, but like Hilton would say, okay, now we're ready to launch in, X number of
Yes, it's
hotels,
called a master service agreement, and we're
Uh-huh.
really working to get a master service agreement MSA where that we will work with a Hilton corporate, and that's exactly who we're targeting. But again, no guarantees, but partner with Hilton corporate, and they place these in 10 to 20 of their corporate owned locations. Hotels have a lot of franchises, so that's not every Hilton in the world, but they still hold a significant amount of corporate owned properties where we can close one hotel and get them all. Right now, we're closing venues on a case-by-case basis, and it takes us time, all the phone calls. So you're right, Cherie, like if we could get like a Hilton to say, yes, give us 20, that's ideal for us. And it'll happen, it'll take time. That's exactly how Redbox scaled. They had a partnership with 7-Eleven. And these are how all the vending machine companies that you see out, that's how they were able to grow. They partner with those grocery stores and those convenience store chains.
Yeah. And, is when you get your real team, or I'm sure you already have a team, but when you get a team of like sales development reps, salespeople that are just calling, and continuously reaching out to people, and then you have your closers, it'll happen. It'll happen. You've done such great work.
Pipeline now, and I do believe that. And that's exactly what these funds are being used for, literally to make new hires and customer success onboarding and making sure we retain those customers. Don't want them to churn out. Want them to be able to understand how to use their data. They need to be talked through this. They need to be taught how to optimize this channel. And that's what we're going to do.
And are those remote positions?
Yes.
Okay.
As you see, I'm in the office.
Yeah, I do. So look, we are always telling people this is a 3-part triangle, and the third part are experts. So as Dawn is, raising her money, if you are a customer success person,
please
keep that in mind. Yeah. If you're a biz dev person of any kind, especially in the enterprise space, keep Dawn in mind. Retail enterprise, yes, keep her in mind. So we have another question here about your machines requiring maintenance. Do they require maintenance?
No, I mean, typical maintenance. We're software, so like we have to, if sometimes maybe the software might cycle off, but everything is like done remotely. We have a 98.7% uptime right now. We did have some connection issues last month that dropped it from the 99, but we have a good uptime. The physical maintenance, there's definitely things that happen from time to time. And in the beginning, there was all kinds of things breaking, and our team would just go fix it, right away. What we found, our hack for our little growth startup, TaskRabbit is the hack. We found some people on TaskRabbit that they just fix stuff. And we found them in each of our cities that we have a machine, and we just like locked them in. So every time we have any kind of issue that needs to be someone to go look at the machine, like for example, we had the New York machine kept going offline over and over and over. Someone kept unplugging it, just kept unplugging it like a prank or something. So we would have to call them and have them to go, or things like that, where we say, hey, and then we just bill hourly. That way we don't have to keep anybody on staff for support. And we build a network of like handy people. It's like the gig economy, which I love to fuel the gig economy. Some investors may say, you need everybody full time, you need everybody on your staff. But I believe that in the new way people like to work, they don't want to be locked in. They like to have that freedom and be called when they need to do something. So that's how a lot of things have been done lately, especially with reducing the burn. And it actually is a lot more efficient. So it has me rethinking everything I was doing before.
Yeah. I mean, there's a book called The Freelance Economy, and so many people are saying we're moving to that. So
happening.
definitely, yeah. So you had mentioned a couple of the competitors, the Frigidaire, the fresh food refrigerator.
That was Farmer's Fridge. And again, they don't see us as a competitor because they're a food company, but they vend.
Right. Do you see any data analytics companies as potential competitors in the space?
I don't, because there's a lot of companies that put out vending research. You can go buy a market report right now on Google for $2,000, $5,000, but they don't collect the data we collect. They collect a lot of other things that are not based on actual data, that are based on more like general things for the market. They'll be like, there's 9 million vending machines out there, or people are selling soda and the best snacks or chips. It's nothing about like these CPG products that we see popping up everywhere we go. I was just in Atlanta airport, and there's a freaking CBD machine that you just buy CBD, no ID, no anything. Nobody's tracking this kind of stuff to really understand how products are converting. We know how snacks, food, and beverage, they've been doing that forever. So I haven't been able to identify a competitor, and no one's presented one to me. And I pitch all day, and investors love to call me out. I haven't found one yet. Not exactly. People are doing similar things like Kimi. They're what I like to use Kimi. They have biometrics. We don't have biometrics. They do. You can go to a Kimi machine, use your fingerprint, and get your key cut and store your key with your fingerprint. So anywhere you are, you can always go. If you lose your key, use your fingerprint and get a key cut. That's really cool. That's smart. That's innovative, and that's high tech. And that's data, but you can't share that data. It's all private. So again, they probably have a ton of data from fingerprints and biometrics and faces that they take, but they can't use it.
Right. Interesting. Gerald is asking if you've considered partnering with Robert Johnson, former owner of BET, who now owns 95 hotels in 22 states.
Can you make an introduction? I've considered it greatly. The point is, do you have his number? No, it's hard to get get into the decision makers. So it's like a matter of like getting into those rooms, getting to that right person. But wow, I would love to. Like, if Gerald, if you got a plug, please, my friend, please, we can give you a little slide you something,
Yes, low commission.
I believe in commission. I believe in commission all day.
Jackie is saying, I don't like the fingerprint data. Yeah, look, there are, like me, I would never do that, because I would be too much in conspiracy theory that somebody would take that and
That's why I'm the same way. And
take my data. I don't even do smart home anything, like nothing.
I won't have an Alexa near me. But I'm in tech. So for me to say that, I've been in tech for 20 years and we don't have any of these products. And so I had to build something I could stand behind. And it was very important for me, especially when I started building this in 2016, where there wasn't as many regulations around facial recognition. I was like, I don't want to build anything that scares me, because I don't want it to be used. I don't want to be the one to build something that gets used against us later. And then I'm like, oh my God, I done built this thing and now they're using it to attack us, Black people or something, So I just we take the face and turn into a biometric hash. And it's just a profile that says, in my case, female, adult, shopped or didn't shop. The only way to connect an identifier with you as a human is to include your email or your phone number. If you want to be anonymous, just never put your email or phone number. But if you do put your email or phone number, they will connect you with that profile, which now we know your gender and your approximate, age.
Mhm. Do you ever foresee having something where a person could store their credit card or Apple Pay or anything like that?
It's in the phone. It's their app. It's
Okay.
yes, the Popcom app. And we started out now already, and that's how we do for age gating. So actually to do the cannabis alcohol, you do it on the app and you just do your age gating there and scan a QR code. It doesn't do anything else, but it can. It's been a
Okay.
conversation. We have limited resources, but like it's a
Mhm.
whole roadmap for an app that you could do everything with. Scan the vending machine, tap it, pay, do your face, know where the vending machines are at, know the new products in the pop shop local, all kinds of things. If that's the angle that the
That the
growth
acquirer
team,
wants to take.
I'm
Mhm.
hiring the growth team, and the
Mhm.
growth team is going to help me make the right decisions about the direction.
Great, great. Does anyone have any more questions? Felicia, you have a question?
No, ma'am, I'm actually an investor as well. And this is always, it's wonderful to see the growth. I think that's one of the things we
Thank
talk about all the time, to see, I've known you for a very long time. And just to see how this has, evolved is so great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you for investing and for hanging in there. It's been a fight. It's been wild. It's been a wild journey, but
This
I
is
feel
what
real
we
good.
do.
We
This
made
is what
it
we
though.
do.
I mean, despite that, I have 23 products. I can sell these products and make money off these products. That's all I needed. Give me something to sell. In the past, I was building software. I didn't have a product in the market. I really relied on investors to keep my business going. Now we can
Mhm.
rely on revenue. So this is the boost we need to get to that path where revenue is actually driving things forward. So
Yeah.
thank you for believing early when we didn't have any revenue.
We did. You came to Black Blockchain Consultants and people are like, yes, we love it. So Brittany is also saying invested previously, more than happy to do
Thanks,
so
guys.
again. Yes,
Please spread
Brittany.
the word, because I would love
Mhm.
to just like close it quickly, because I want to get to work. As you all know,
Yeah.
you do this all the time. Crowdfunding is a full-time job, and I want to be a full-time CEO, not a full-time crowdfunder right now. I want to get that money in. So please share with your friends.
Yes, and actually we do encourage people to share. Talisha has been putting in um, our 10K project link. The only reason we have that is so we can know how many people we have
It makes
actually
sense. I love
sent.
that. Thank
Mhm.
you.
We've
Great.
actually sent to the campaign. So we do want as many eyeballs as possible on the campaign.
Great.
And if anyone has any more questions, Dawn is really great at pitching, so you kind of get what she's doing, but we definitely want to make sure that anybody who has questions are able to ask them. Also, if you think about a question later on, go to the page, use the link, go to the page and ask the question on the Start Engine page. And that way, Dawn and her team are able to answer those questions as well. I know how important it is to have very good salespeople. So if you know somebody that knows, enterprise retail or anything like that, or if they know Bob Johnson or anybody who makes management decisions in any place, so that could be a great
Yes.
location for these. I'm
Yes.
sure that Dawn would love an introduction.
I would.
Would love an
Any
introduction.
brands,
So
any retailers that you think will be a great fit? One of your favorite brands, small businesses that will be a good fit in Pop Shop Local that need that exposure, please send them our way. It's on our website. They can just click popcom.shop/local and just sign up, and we'll just get them going. So all of those things. Just thank you for your time, and all of you who logged on just to listen. I appreciate it very much.
yeah, we do have another question here. Are you familiar with the product Nudii, Nudii?
Oh, never heard of that in my life. I'm about to Google it real
Okay.
quick.
And then
NUDI.
Jackie is asking about Blue Egg Corp. So Blue Egg is another Bet on Black pitch presenter. They do sheets and all sorts of great betting products. So that's a
Nice.
possibility.
Yes, please send them our
We'll ask
way.
Tawana about that.
Nudie looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm about to look it up.
Wayne is asking, what's the contact to send potential clients her way? So if somebody wants to send you clients, but let's say they may want their little commission as well.
Dawn,
What's the best way to send you
I'll
a
put it in the
client?
chat. Dawn at popcom.shop. Yeah. I mean, all my investors, like I have 10,000 investors, and everybody has access to me all the time. Like anybody can email me, Dawn, and I answer. Everybody knows that. I
Mhm.
answer emails, and I also answer LinkedIn.
Perfect. So everybody is able to get Dawn's email there. Um, you know, again, take a look at it. Make sure that you are investing responsibly, but this is a very exciting time for us within the 10K project and within Popcom itself. So definitely take a look at that. Pass it along to family and friends, church members, neighbors, everybody, and let's get more eyeballs
And
on
maybe they
Dawn's
don't know, I
campaign.
am the first founder to ever raise, female founder to ever raise $1 million on crowdfunding. And I just really
That is
feel like
right.
it's a success story because I didn't have a product, I didn't have anything. My investors turned their back on me, and our crowdfunding investors, that is why we have 23 products built. So like just thank you for the 10K project, what you're doing for entrepreneurs like me. This did not exist. I
Yeah.
was the first person to do it, did not exist. And this is amazing what you're doing. And I'm happy to be just a part of this group now so I can contribute to other entrepreneurs. This is what it's about.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. We really appreciate that. And part of the reason 10K Project is here is because of people like you. We saw you doing crowdfunding, and we're like, well, can we build a community and then bring the entrepreneurs in, instead of every entrepreneur having to find a community. So our
And
goal is to grow. My big goal is 1 million members, can we get 1 million
happy to
members that
help. I'm
love Black
happy. I'm
people?
happy to help. I'm happy to
Yeah,
help because I love this. We can fund all of our own businesses. I believe this.
yeah,
I've talked about it for years. We can fund all of our own businesses, and every business isn't for every investor. That's okay. I don't take it personally if Popcom isn't for you, but I'm just happy that people are investing in something. And that's what I say. Just invest in something because like it goes so far for the entrepreneurs and you just don't realize it. And then it go far for all of us as we build wealth together. I've invested in
absolutely.
like 13 crowdfunding campaigns over the past year that weren't even mine, just really cool companies. And I can't wait to see what comes across this 10K project because I miss out
Yeah,
on a lot of stuff because I just am
yeah,
not paying attention,
yeah.
not every day.
Yeah, well, we get an email every Monday and Thursday with all of the past and current Bet on Black pitch presenters. So,
I just saw that
um,
nugget of wisdom in that National Association of Black. I never heard of that. And I just
oh, you've
copied.
never heard of that? Okay, yeah, they're
I
pretty
got it.
well.
Thank you.
I've heard of the group, the association. So, Gerald, if you know anybody there, definitely let Dawn know. But I think they're pretty accessible because I met somebody who was a part of that group. And actually, we know Talisha, what is her name? The hotel's
Tracy Prigmore.
Tracy Prigmore. Yeah. So
Tracy, I'm taking
I've
notes.
Tracy
actually I've connected you two before, so I may need to do another reintroduction for you.
Dang, why did not let me thank you, but let me search because I might have got ghosted.
Yeah,
Yes.
she owns some Marriott's and Marriott
Oh wow.
hotels, and
I hope
yeah,
I didn't let that slide. I hope I didn't let that slip. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
So
you.
connect with us offline, Dawn, and
Yes.
we'll make sure to get you in touch with her.
Thank you.
Um, Elizabeth is asking about your exit plan. So I know you said it before, but if you wouldn't mind talking about your exit plan again, please.
A merger, acquisition merger. So acquisition by one of the industry companies in the industry. Acquisition targets include Shopify, Swift. Those are the main ones that we really are going for, but there could be others that present themselves. But I have a relationship with those companies and really see Popcom just rolling in as the technology arm of these companies that are like dated, older. They have older machines, but they have like huge penetration. Obviously, Swift has all the Best Buy machines. They have all of the machines in the airport. So, but they don't have the technology that we have. And we've already have a great relationship. So I'm definitely targeting building something to sell to one of these industry partners. But we do have, as I said, an M&A advisor and putting together a two-year plan. Me personally, as just like an individual, my goal has always been to retire before I'm 46 and I'm 43 and a half. So I've designed my life this far. I've been an entrepreneur 20 years. I'm very happy with how things have went, and I'm very focused on having a liquidity event exit for myself and my shareholders. My goal when even keep going out with crowdfunding and doing it over and over again is because I really do in my heart want to create a change. I do want to return investment to people in my community. I want people to have faith in, like, we can invest in us and it'll come back. I mean, obviously it's no guarantee. I work hard every single day, and it's a war out here, but I'm not giving up. I've been here 10 years, and it's time to
Mhm.
exit in 2 to 3. That's a long run. And I feel accomplished that I've built, I took an idea, the pop shop, it was an idea. I created 5 prototypes, brought a product to the market. I have paying customers. I feel as the founder, I've reached the point in 2 years where it's time for someone else to come and run it as CEO. And it's approaching that.
Great. Well, everybody, we want to thank you for being here this evening. Again, take the link, check it out, pass it on to family, friends. We're going to also put it across our social channels as well, for the community to see. And we will see everyone next week.
Yes.
With replays are going to go out tomorrow. Okay. Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Take
Bye.
care. Night.
Thank you. Good night.